I love you.
I love you. Aww. My queen.
Oh my god, we look like twins. The chocolate and the caramel.
Yes. Coffee and cream.
Coffee and cream, honey.
That melanin. Period. Yes. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am shailah.leshe and today I have my mommy, Saisha Beecham, celebrity makeup artist, special effects, grooming, hair, the whole nine. She does it all, okay? Yes. She is amazing in everything she does. So today we are here because she's going to teach me how to recreate this glossy eye makeup today. Super cute. So yeah, so we're just gonna walk you through step by step on how to create this look. Today we're gonna be using all NYX products for this tutorial. So we're gonna show you from start to finish, all NYX, and it's gonna be fabulous.
Okay, so you didn't let me talk. Can I introduce myself and say something? I am her mother, Saisha Beecham, and yes, I'm going to be recreating this glossy eye look using NYX Cosmetics products. This is like a glossy kind of purple tone eyeshadow that I have on my eye, and underneath it I based it with the NYX eyeshadow in the Modern Dreamer palette. But first we're going to start out with a little moisturizer, a little primer to kind of prep the skin. So first what we're going to do is use a little of this Bear With Me product by NYX. So basically this Bear With Me product is a daily moisturizing primer, and it's infused with cannabis sativa seed oil. So it's kind of like a hemp situation. You are not going to get high. No, you will not. It's probably, I think it's just the CBD from the plant or whatever. It just basically is going to be healthy and nourishing to the skin. So we're going to put a little of this in Shailah's hand. Have her emulsify it around and then rub it evenly all over her face.
It smells really good.
Yes. So then they also, NYX has the Bear With Me Cannabis Sativa Seed Oil. And this one is a radiant perfecting primer. So this one is going to have like a little glow, a little shimmer in it. We're going to have her put those on the highlight areas of her face. So we will use a brush for that. I think I'm going to use one of these really pretty new, if I can get it open. So NYX has these new brushes. So I'm going to have Shailah put the Radiance primer on with this little handy brush here. I love the new NYX brushes with the clear handle. Very fabulous. Great idea, guys. So I'm going to put a little of this on the palette, and I'm going to just have her put this in her hot spots, her highlight area. So in the center of her face, down the bridge of her nose, her cheekbones, and a little bit on her chin. Let's do that.
So circular motion?
Yeah, like just like you're rubbing a moisturizer. We're gonna do the eyes first on Shailah and then the foundation after. Sometimes that's a good idea if you're doing like a dramatic eye, like with a lot of color. This one's not too dramatic because these are not super bold. They're beautiful. It has a great pigment to it, but it's not gonna be like overpowering where you're just gonna have, you know, makeup running all down your face or anything like that. But we're still gonna start out with the eyes so you can kind of see that technique. So we're gonna start out with this palette, the NYX Pro Foundation palette. You're just gonna put this around your eyes and then set it with powder. That's what I do. I see a lot of people online using concealer on their lids. That's not really, I don't really think that's a good idea. Like, I was always taught that if you put concealer on your eyes, it makes it crease and crack. So, because concealer, the consistency is just a little thicker, a little creamier. So I don't really think it's a good idea to put concealer on your lids. I have seen that a lot, but that's not part of my technique. So what I would normally do is use foundation in place of that. And it doesn't, and I don't like it to be thick and caked on. It just needs to be brushed on as if you were regularly doing your eye makeup. And that has to be completely blended in. So that's probably a little much. Yeah. Go ahead and blend that. It should be completely blended, because if it's not buffed into the skin, it's gonna cause creasing.
And you said this does what?
This is a barrier, because if you were to do your makeup first before your eyes, you would have foundation all over your face. So it's just basically the barrier, because makeup doesn't really tend to stick and blend as well when there's nothing underneath. If it's just right on your skin, sometimes it kind of gets stuck. You might have an area that's a little more oily and on one side and a little drier on the other. So when you're trying to blend it, it just gets all funky. So I like to have like some type of barrier underneath. Okay, and then you're gonna set that with a little of the NYX loose powder. Set that in. Ultimately, we're going to be doing this glossy eye with this kind of cream eyeshadow by NYX. But we need to base the eye. When you base the eye and layer the eye, it kind of helps it to stand out more and be more bold. Now we're gonna go on and do the brows. So go on and fill in your brows the way you normally fill in your brows. I know you have that down to a science, honey.
Yes, sis.
I'm gonna let you do your thing. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the NYX brow pencil. How does it feel to have your mom over your shoulder?
It's normal.
Oh, okay. Lovely. All right. So we're doing a purple eye, but I kind of like want to define the crease a little. So I'm gonna have Shailah define her crease using the Modern Dreamer palette by NYX, and the color we're going to use is this color here, just to kind of give her a crease, just a little depth, so that when the purple is on the eye, it just kind of pops a little more in that area. So we're gonna take a little NYX brush and just use a little of that. And what you're gonna do is just gonna be this motion in the crease area, just to kind of darken that area. You know how we do. And make sure it's only underneath the bone. It doesn't have to be on top of the brow bone. All right, so we talked about layering, and what we're gonna do is actually layer this cream eyeshadow, the purple cream eyeshadow, first with the NYX Epic Wear Waterproof Liner, which is like a nice liquid liner, and it's a red color. I'm gonna put a little bit of this NYX eyeliner on the palette, the makeup palette, and we're gonna have Shailah put that on her eye with a smudge brush. Thank you for your assistance. Appreciate that. So what I want you to do, Shailah, is first start underneath your eye and just kind of drag it. So you can kind of start in the back corner if you want, because whatever area you start out with first, wherever you put the placement of the color first is going to be the most intense color. So we always usually start in the back, but this eye we're going to be extending it out, because the shape that we want is kind of like mine. It's just kind of triangle and cat eye-ish. So this is the brush we're using, and going to dip that and place that. And then because this is liquid liner, you're gonna have to work kind of fast. I just kind of like these types of products. Like I said, because it's waterproof, it's gonna give, it's the makeup, the eyeshadow is gonna stick to it really well, and it's gonna last all day.
Now can I?
Yes, you may. Don't go past your brow bone. Wipe it off the brow bone. Wipe upward. Always, if you mess up, always wipe upward. Upward. Because if you wipe down, then it's just gonna be all over your face, and it's gonna make you look old. So you can wipe in and up. Okay, so clean the brush a little bit and then smudge that real good to fade that edge so it's not sharp. Whenever I'm gonna blend, I always clean the brush right before I blend it in.
How's it look?
Perfect. Now let's do the same thing on the other eye. And what this red is gonna do is just give us an intense pop underneath that purple. So you're gonna put a little more of the liner on that back corner, and then you're gonna blend it in a triangle shape into your eyelid underneath your brow bone. So you're gonna place it with the smudge brush, and then you're gonna blend it with this little eyeshadow brush. And then immediately, don't want to take too long placing it because it dries, because it's waterproof. Immediately blend it into the corners, staying underneath the brow bone. You don't want to spend a really long time placing waterproof liner on your eye. You got to get it on and blend, because if you're doing this over and over and over before you blend, then it's drying. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So you want to make sure that after you place it on, you just start blending right away. Okay, so I'm gonna go on.
Did she tell me that?
I did actually. Can we rewind? Okay, so I'm gonna put a little bit of shadow on this NYX brush. Kind of place it in her crease here, right under the brow bone, in a triangle shape, and I'm blending into the crease. If you get a little on that brow bone, just take your finger and just kind of wipe it. It should come right off. Okay, now Shailah, do your other eye. Same way. And blend into the crease. Push it over to the crease. Make sure that edge is blended. You don't want a sharp edge, so before it dries, make sure that edge is blended off, or you're not going to be able to get that out. So sometimes what you could do is wipe your brush quickly and then blend that edge off so it doesn't set. Maybe blend mine a little bit more too. And it looks like you need to make your side just a little bit more intense. Remember, a smoky eye is a puff of smoke. So if you see a puff of smoke, it's dark at the base and then it gets lighter and lighter and lighter. Perfect. All right. Good job, Shailah.
Thank you.
Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that same smudge brush, kind of line the top of Shailah's eye. Close your eye. Face the camera. We're gonna line the top of Shailah's eye. Wipe immediately after I place. Blend off. So you see how fast I placed it before I started blending? Having a hard time doing that. And then I'm gonna have her blend that in a little more for me. So finish that blend. I actually can blend it with this one. Blend that front corner real good and make sure it's down in the crease. In the lash line. See that harsh line? You got to get that off. Fade, fade, fade. Brush, brush, brush. That harsh line, get it off. Lovely. So this, if you look at, what's the difference that you can see in these two eyes? See, this is a common mistake, that you blending too high, and that's gonna take away your puff of smoke. So if you want the puff of smoke, you have to blend low so that the edges just kind of fade onto the brow bone. You want to place the color onto the brow bone. So what you can do, see if you can get it off with your finger. If not, we'll put a little product. And then make it into the triangle shape so that it matches my shape. How do you feel? If you need to put a little foundation on your sponge, I would do that. And just kind of what I would do is place it right under the eyebrows and then clean it up. Just fade it in. Kind of use your finger. just to clean that whole area up. Well, you gotta put a little more. Perfecto. Perfect. Perfecto. All right, so now do the same thing on that eye. Perfect. So now you can see she has an intense pink eye. Like it's actually red, but on her skin tone it's looking like maybe like a fuchsia, but she has a really intense red eye right now. So it looks really fabulous. That's not the look we're doing today. If you wanted to, probably put a little clear gloss on top of this and go about your day if you wanted that look. But we're doing a purple gloss with the NYX color. So now what we're going to do is the purple eyeshadow. So you're gonna do those exact same steps. You're gonna just cover everything that you just did with the purple eyeshadow. So again, using the NYX palette, this time using this color here. Go on and do this eye. Just kind of start you out. And remember, I'm still underneath the brow bone. We have not gone above that brow bone. Now, when you're blending, sometimes a little bit of the blend gets on the brow bone. That's what you want. You want it to dissipate. Here we go. So you do the other eye. So what we're doing is we're taking away the red and covering it with the purple. What that's doing is just making that purple just stand out and pop a little more. Got that red intense color under there. Use the same steps that you use for the placement of the liquid liner. Pretty. Okay, so now let's do the same exact steps, same steps. Close. So when I want the color to be a little more intense, I'm gonna kind of press it in first before I start blending. Clean smudge. Blend, blend, blend. Then I'm actually gonna go in and add some more in the crease here. We're covering all that red. So making like a triangle shape in this back corner. Blend, 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 blend across. And see how that color has faded onto the brow bone now, but it's not too intense because we didn't place it there. It's just been blended and faded to the brow bone. Okay, your turn. You could do it. Got this. See, when I'm not here, she has this down, and then, you know.
It's pressure. She's intimidating. You know what I'm saying?
Remember, when you're blending, you're basically touching half of your shadow and half of the clean skin area. That's how you're blending that edge away. So it's going to be like half and half. You're just going down the middle. So if you have half and half, your blend should be right in there. Half and half, blend should be right in there. Perfect. Lovely. Now they match. All right, so now that we have the eyeshadow on and we like the placement, it looks lovely, it's nice and intense, really bright. What we're gonna do is line the waterline top and bottom with Black Gel Liner by NYX. I'm just gonna put a little of the gel on the brush. Look up. Actually, not a little, we're gonna do, it's a good amount. It's not enough to where it's gonna just be thick and getting all in the eye and gooey, but we're gonna coat the brush enough so that that waterline is nice and intense. Don't necessarily blend this one because we don't want to change the color of the shadow. We're gonna just leave this all purple. So this is only in the waterline. Because if we smudge this black too much, it's gonna give us a whole different look that we're not really going for today. It's okay to do that sometimes, but this particular look, we want it to be all about the purple color. All right, so now the Shailah has all of her eyeshadow on and it looks lovely. We're gonna add a lash. So still have not started with the NYX gel first because this is greasy, it's creamy. If you try to put this on and then put glue on a lash, guess what's gonna happen? It's gonna slide all off, because we all know to get the lash glue off, you use something kind of oily. So you definitely want to save that for after the lash. So anything oily, creamy, greasy, after lash glue. What we're gonna do is we're gonna use Shailah's actual line of lashes, which is the VIP Lash Extensions lashes. The style we're using is Exquisite Queen. This is my favorite style. I feel like it works with a lot of my clients. It's also the style that I have on right now. Okay, so now that we have on the eyeshadow, we have the lashes on, now it's time to use the NYX cream eyeshadow in Dirty Talk, which is like a purpley color. And all we're gonna do is the same thing under the eye. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get a little bit of that color on there. Rub that underneath the eye, look up. So this is actually changing the color drastically. So the other makeup was only for our base color. Cleaning that off, the first placement, cleaning that off. Blend, blend, blend up. Then we're gonna take this brush again, just gonna put a little bit of that color back on there. Close your eye. And now what we're doing is I'm taking my brush kind of upside down and I'm placing it right near the lash line and dabbing it on. So you can see that motion. It's like a little dab, 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 all underneath the lash line. And I'm gonna wipe the brush off a bit and then blend that. Actually, I'm not gonna wipe that brush. I'm gonna use our fluffy blending brush just to kind of dust the edges away. Look how beautiful that is, guys. So the motion, if you're doing it on yourself, is the brushes like this. Flat, the flat side, right at the lash line, dab, 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 dab. And then you can kind of go dab, 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 dab. All underneath the water, all underneath the crease, the brow bone. And the technique on this is you don't want to put anything that's creamy. It doesn't have to be on super duper thick because that's when it starts to slide or whatever. Especially if you're using like a lip gloss. This NYX cream is a little more controlled, so you can kind of get away with a little extra. But usually you want to be really careful so that it doesn't like start to run down your face. That is nice and intense and lovely. And one thing you can notice is that this eye is looking more intense on Shailah than it is on me, and it's because of our skin tone differences. So a lot of times if you want it to be as intense as Shailah's, you could use a darker purple color. I wanted to use this specific NYX color. I knew it would be beautiful on Shailah and I knew it would be more natural on me. So that's what we went with. But just remember that when you're looking at a color palette, if your skin is lighter, you probably want to go just a tad lighter with your shadow color. We're gonna go on and clean up the face. Take a little bit of the micellar water and kind of clean up all around your eyes so we can start the foundation and concealer. And just so you know, we are using the NYX palette in this color here. So now we are going to use the NYX Born to Glow Radiant Concealer. Remember what we said about being radiant? It's gonna just give you like a nice highlight. So that's what we're using there. I don't know if you can see that or not. When you're doing other people, you cannot use the product directly on their skin because that's unsanitary if you're using the same tools on everybody. And these are really hard to clean. It's a sponge, so it's not really sanitary. So if you're gonna be doing other people, definitely put it onto a palette first and apply it with a brush. But since Shailah, these are her personal products, she's gonna be able to just put it directly on her eyes. So if you are doing yourself, you're gonna order these, perfectly fine to do it on yourself. So one of these colors is a little lighter than the other one. This is darker, this is lighter. She's gonna probably mix them evenly, put in the darker color first and a little pop of the light. So in order to make the cheekbones a little more intense, this way, you're going to trace underneath that placement, underneath that bone. Do the other side for me, Saisha. And now continue to powder the rest of your face and then come back and dust that away. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna use some mascara for Shailah. And the reason why we waited to use this for the very last step is because we did a lot of steps. We did concealer and we did blush, and we didn't want to accidentally get those products onto the lashes after the mascara is already on there. Once that mascara is on there, that other colors, the concealer colors, the powder colors, it just really sticks to it. So you wanted to make sure that the concealer, the blush, and the powder were on, and then do the mascara. So I'm gonna have Shailah place this on really intensely on the bottom lashes, let that dry a bit, and then do another coat. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna add is the NYX High Glass Illuminating Powder. Okay, so that's gonna give like a glow on the top of the cheekbones. You see I have it on here. Dabbing that color right onto the top of the cheekbones and to the corner just a little bit, making a V slightly, and blending and smoothing all in. Smile for me. I might put a little bit on the apples just to kind of give the cheeks a little pop.
So I already lined my lip.
So now that Shailah's lip is already lined, we're going to add some NYX Liquid Suede Lip Gloss. And it's like a really pretty nude color. I really like this color. It's really gorgeous. Lovely. I like that.
This is number 4 and it's so pretty and nude. Love.
Yes.
So now after I add my lipstick, it's a little matte. So I'm gonna put this NYX lip oil on top.
This bottle is one of Shailah's favorites, the Dewy Finish Setting Spray by NYX, and that's what we're gonna just have her do to finish off her look. Yes.
Just gonna take my fan a little bit.
Shailah, you look stunning.
Thank you.
I love this look. You killed it. Great look. I love
Thank
it.
you. Stop. You look beautiful.
Thank you.
You know, I get it from my mama.
Yes. This is true. No. This is definitely red carpet. This is natural evening if you're going on a date. You know, this is like if you want to be done, you're going to a party. What do you think?
Yes, I love it. I'm feeling myself, honey.
So should we show them the final look?
Yes. This is the final look.
Is this our first tutorial?
This is.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
It was a hot mess. No, I'm just kidding. We had fun.
My back is hurting. I'm gonna tell you that.
It's been a long day, you guys. Let me just tell you.
I loved it though. It was fun.
It was fun. I like doing this with you. We should do this more often.
Yes, I agree.
Alright guys, thank you so much for watching my video. If you like this video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up. And I just thank you guys so much for supporting me thus far. I truly appreciate it. And I hope to see you guys in my next video. Thanks guys. Scoot over a little.
I can't. I'm literally on the edge. How much room you got? You could move the chair now.
Oh wait, my microphone. Should my shoulder be in front of yours? Like that?
Yeah. I don't know, woman. This is not working.
3:28 a.m.
Okay.
I need air. Like a lot of air.
What?
I'm so hot.